Hey, 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 it's your boy. Mike Dean here. How's it going, guys? Today we're gonna talk about a little beachside town called Jaco, or Jaco as it is known by the gringos. If you're going to Costa Rica, you're probably gonna stop in Jaco somewhere along the way. And I'm going to be covering a lot about this place, so I'll put timestamps below if you want to know about something specific. But we're going to cover everything from getting there, to what's there, to prices, to just everything. So click around if you need something specific, or enjoy the entire video. I would love you if you do. So number one, getting to Jaco. I'm going to guess you're in San Jose and you need to get to Jaco. It is not a very far trip at all. All you really have to do is take a bus to get there. It's about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on the traffic. And the website you're going to want to use is called like Transporte Jaco Ruta 655, something weird like that. But I'm just going to put a link to it in the description below, so you can just click on it and get your bus tickets there. Now, people at the hostels or the hotels might say, hey, you can just go to the station and get a ticket to get there, which is what I was told. Yeah, you can do that, but if the bus is full, you're not getting on that bus. So you might be waiting around the bus station for a few hours, which has happened a few times. So I recommend getting online, getting on this site, booking your tickets there. If you need to change your time at any time, say you book like a week in advance or a couple of days in advance and you need to change at any time, you can actually do that on the website. It's really easy to use. You can translate it into English if you need to. Use the website. Don't just go to the station and try to get on a bus. I mean, you can pull it off sometimes, but it ain't worth the risk. Okay, so say you got your bus tickets and you're wanting to head to Jaco. Just grab an Uber or a taxi and head to the 710 bus station. If you just tell the cab driver, hey, bus to Jaco, they'll know what you're talking about. They'll take you to the 710 bus station. You get there, you can wait around, chill for a while, you can snack. But like I said, once you get on the bus, it's gonna be an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on traffic, when you get to Jaco. Now, a hostel that I recommend you should stay at, that's just right on the beach, is called Room to Board Hostel. It's an awesome hostel, and we'll go into more about it in a second. But if you tell the bus driver Room to Board Hostel, they'll know where to stop. And I'll show you on the map here, but Jaco is basically one long street where everything is. And when you turn on the very end of that one long street, you're going to hop off the bus here. There's gonna be like a motel on the side and like a church on the other side. I've got a video of it here. You can see exactly where it was. Walk down that road right there, all the way around. We even did this at night and it was safe to walk from this point to the hostel. The hostel's only about a quarter of a mile from there, so it's not a long walk at all. When you get off the bus, you're gonna cross the street and it's gonna look like you wanna walk forward, but you actually have to take this left around the corner and cross a bridge. So if you're walking forward and you see a bridge to your left, that's the bridge you need to go across. As soon as you cross that bridge, you're at the Room to Board Hostel. So if you're staying there, it's very easy to get to. It doesn't take long at all. You get dropped off right by the church and you just cross the street and you're gonna go across this crazy ass bridge with doo-doo water. And it looks like that. You can already hear the ocean. So you walk this, it's probably not even a quarter of a mile. It's very close. And it's safe, so. Already see the hostel over there. And right there, it's about a 3-minute walk. Very easy. We're gonna get checked in now. And this hostel's pretty cool. They've got pretty much everything you need. You've got like a very cool, chill environment. There's a bar on the roof. There's a bar downstairs. And the rooms are relatively comfortable. There's some private rooms you can get if you want that, where you can actually, you'll be on the roof and you can actually look out over the ocean. Here's the view during the day. I think it's really cool because these little apartment buildings have rooftop tables. This is the hostel. There's a beach, 16 bucks a night. And then we got the workout going. Boom. The bathrooms are really open and it's kind of weird actually.
Clear glass doors at the bathroom.
Yeah.
Just a note.
Just see right into the bathroom. Listen, you gotta check this out too. Literally Just a clear shot of everyone's dick right there. You just walk by.
Hey, the demonstration.
Yeah, go ahead and show us what we got going on here. By the way, I'm out in the hallway. Let's see it.
So say you're just here. See my shot, clearly visible.
Privacy is not a thing here. But like you said, the beach is literally right there. It's $16 a night. We got NFL streaming right here. Pool's right there, and it's a beautiful hostel, you know? Not bad. If you're going to stay in a shared dorm, I recommend paying a little bit extra and getting the shared dorm with air conditioning. It'll be right next to the kitchen. That place is very comfortable. There's AC in there, and you'll probably be happy because it gets hot in Jaco. Jaco is a very, very hot climate. And like I said, you're only a few steps away from the beach. There's a pool right next to the beach too, so that's included. And I love staying there because you can just literally, you want to go down to the beach, you just walk right down to it, and you can sit out and watch the most amazing sunsets you'll see since you're facing west. Also, you can catch amazing sunsets on the rooftop. It's a really nice place. You're going to meet a lot of friendly travelers while you're staying there, so you're going to enjoy your stay there if you're open to meeting people and things like that. Now, there's definitely a ton of Airbnbs and townhouses you can rent as well, but if you're doing the hostels, this is a pretty good hostel to stay at. So like I said, Jaco itself is basically just one long, big street. Everything that you can do in Jaco is going to be along this street, which runs parallel to the beach. And there's going to be everything from the beach to the parties, to the tours you can do out of Jaco, to extracurricular activities that we'll speak about in a minute, to Spanish schools. There's even a couple nice gyms there that I've been to. It's an enjoyable place to be, and I am going to speak on quite a few things that I don't enjoy about Jaco, but we'll get to that towards the end of this video. Now, let's just start covering things to do. And number one, we're going to start with Jaco Beach itself. Now, Jaco Beach is quite touristy. This place is going to be crowded not only with tourists but locals who come from San Jose or for that quick drive to enjoy themselves with their family on the beach. It's usually pretty crowded. After COVID hit, it hasn't been that bad, but it's usually pretty crowded. Absolutely beautiful. Tell them about Kansas City.
It was alright. It was just, okay.
You don't think Kansas City, you don't think it's better than this?
No.
Okay, well, at least you're honest. If you just want to hop down to the beach and enjoy the sun, go for a jog, play in the ocean, Jaco Beach has got that covered. You can go surfing. There's some amazing surf down in Jaco. I actually have a friend who just left the States and decided to live in Jaco so that he could surf every day. He really enjoys it. And if you want to learn to surf, it's a good place to do it. You're right there on the beach, and I think surfboards usually run about $10 to $15 a day. So the cost of a bowl of Chipotle. However, if you want to be a bit more secluded and have more privacy in the beach to yourself, then I highly recommend going to Playa Hermosa. Playa Hermosa is a black sands beach, and you're not going to find very many people there. You can either drive yourself or take an Uber, but you've got the whole beach practically to yourself. There'll be a couple people here and there, but it's really enjoyable. The black sands is a really cool look, and you can buy some fresh coconut and just enjoy the beach and really soak up some sun and be kind of more at peace than you would be on like Jaco Beach, where it's a bit more crowded. My friends, here we are, Playa Hermosa. It's next to Jaco, not the one in Punta Arenas. I'm sorry, Guanacaste. Boy, it's beautiful out here. I tell you what, this is an amazing beach. There is no one here, and I think drive the extra 4 miles to come out here instead of chilling on Jaco's beach. It may be more convenient to chill out there, but this is way better. It's just amazing, man, amazing. I enjoyed Playa Hermosa a lot more than Jaco Beach. However, it's a bit more difficult to get to, so there's that give and take. Also, Playa Hermosa, the sand is super hot. Like, it is super hot. So you gotta be careful when you're walking on the beach because you'll burn your feet. Definitely worth going to check out at least once while you're there. Just go check out Playa Hermosa and just, take a couple hours to really get a tan, soak up some sun, go swimming. just enjoy yourself. You're not gonna regret that. All right, something else you can do is the hike to Miro, which is a lookout. This place is interesting. I don't even know how to begin this. You basically hike maybe a mile to an abandoned mansion on the side of a mountain that overlooks the entire city of Jaco. And the hike alone is pretty fun. It's very enjoyable. First lookout point. They've got a ton of countries right here. They even have the United States. So it's very interesting. This is the abandoned restaurant mansion. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a really cool area. It's quite the view, man.
Yeah, it's a cool place to watch people surf, actually.
Yeah, actually, we were looking for you when we were up here last time.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd be all the way down by the river mouth.
I love that Miro right there.
Oh, look at that, yeah.
There's 2 lights on her ears, so at night the lights come on.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
That's awesome, man.
It's pretty spooky down there. I don't want to fall through there. I'm not even going in there. Definitely homeless people living here. It smells bad, yeah. Definitely don't do it at night because there is no lighting on the way up. So it's not really a place you want to be like sitting up there and waiting for the sunset. And then after it's dark, coming back down. You don't know who's on that road and there's no lighting at all. So like I said, it's an abandoned mansion up there. There's actually 2 stories behind it and I don't know which one is true. One, it was supposed to be a restaurant that they were opening up that they just gave up on and never finished, and it just kind of gotten overrun, and it is what it is today. This graffiti filled old restaurant that people just hike up to when they're visiting Jaco. That's my favorite right there. Or number 2, supposedly there was a gringo who came to Jaco in like the early 80s or 70s or something, who was super rich off some drug money he was making, and he wanted to build this crazy mansion up overlooking the hill because he had all this money. And then before it was even finished, he was already having parties and stuff up there and going crazy, and then just one day he went missing. So I don't know which story is true, but either ways, the place is worth definitely going to check out. It's a pretty good hike, but inside it is just absolutely crazy. Like, people are always doing graffiti art in there, and you're gonna see like a bunch of really cool things, and just the view itself is nice. Like I said, I wouldn't stay there past dark because going down could be difficult. Quick story on that, actually. The hike itself, if it's raining, I would not do it because landslides are a thing there. So man, let me start the story back a bit. The 3rd time I was doing this hike, it started to rain a bit, and I was like, going up, you know, you're on the path is like this, and then the side is like this, right? So you just see all this like mud right here, right? And you're thinking like, rain plus, you know, jungle vegetation plus, you know, a slope. Like, this doesn't seem like a good idea. This could definitely be potential landslide. It wouldn't be very hard for it to happen. It happens all the time. So I'm like, I don't like this. So, you know, we get to the top and we're looking out over the view, and I'm like, man, it's starting to rain a bit more. Like, we should just get back now, you know? I swear, like, as I just finished saying this, you just hear like crackling and breaking and stuff. And I was like, wow, that was weird. What was that? So we're going back down the path, and all of a sudden the path that was there is not there. It's covered in trees, and there was like 5, 6, 7 horses standing behind it. They were like, yeah, we were going down the hill, and all of a sudden a landslide happened. I was like, fuck, I knew it. I knew that could happen.
You're right there.
Yeah, well, that was the landslide right there.
Fuck, dude.
Came crashing down, and there was horses. We were stuck behind it, and there was horses back there.
Dude.
There was like, hey,
buddy.
hey, Pura vida. So, yeah, it could have killed us, man. Like, it, for real. We were stuck back there behind 8 horses.
Yeah.
Right there, it happened again, so really be careful.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at those roots.
Landslide.
Down in a clump.
Nobody got hurt, none of the horses got hurt, none of the people got hurt. But it just goes to show you, don't take that path when it's raining, because you do have to be aware of that. That is something that could happen on any trail, really, but especially places that are more prone to landslides. Like I said, Jaco's very nice. You're gonna have tons of restaurants, tons of shopping, tons of partying, tons of nightlife in Jaco. We'll touch on that a bit more in a second. But let's talk about things outside of Jaco that you can do. Number one, there's a national park outside of Jaco called Paque Carara, I believe is the name of it. It's about a $10 entrance fee, and there's a few miles of hiking that you can do in there. Now there's supposed to be a lot of animals in there that you can see while you're doing the hike, but honestly, I didn't really see anything. I saw a couple weird like little rabbit things. I'm not really sure what they were, but like I really didn't see too much in there. So I can't really highly recommend it to you. My experience was just so-so. It was really nice, you know, seeing the nature and hiking through the jungle for a little bit, but it wasn't like so far removed from the world that it was like a really cool hike. Like you could still hear the highway and stuff like that. So you see these vines that come down right here? Eventually they turn into this right there. Basically what happens is the tree, when it's growing, it'll shoot down its roots just like that, and then it'll fill in like this as it gets ancient and old. So if you ever see that, it's kind of interesting. Maybe if you had a tour guide, you'd probably see a bit more, but for me, it was just kind of so-so. It was just a nice little trip. It was like 20 minutes from Jaco. We just took a car, went down there. You could take an Uber, very easy. Right next to that though, however, is something called the Croc Bridge. And this is interesting. This is free to do, and you can actually stop there. If you're driving yourself to Jaco, you can actually stop here on the way to Jaco and check this out. But the Croc Bridge is basically this bridge that goes over the main river where you can look down and you can see crocodiles. And I'm talking about some big goddamn crocodiles.
Look at that one. Oh, that's a big boy. Oh, no. Oh, hell no. You wanna go swimming?
Yeah, sure, let's go.
Hell no. Oh, that one's on the move.
There's so many of them.
These things are huge, and there's not just like one or two, you know, little crocodiles just hanging out. There's like 30 or 40 of these guys just hanging out down there, and I'm just sitting here the whole time like, what do these things eat? They're huge. They have to eat a lot, right? Like, what are all these crocodiles eating? People? I don't know. I can't think of a more horrifying way to die than to fall into that water and get ripped apart by crocodiles. That's probably the worst thing I can imagine.
You said somebody got ate?
No, not eating.
Oh, he got bit. Oh, hell no. What was he doing? Was he just
Having fun with the gator.
He was just having fun with it? Yeah, that's not fun. That's not a good idea.
But anyways, definitely worth going to see. I tried to fly my drone down to the crocodiles, but once you get out over the water, the wind is just so strong, it about blew my drone over. I have a mini drone, so I wasn't risking that, and I definitely wasn't going to go in for it if it fell in. So yeah, but definitely something to see. You can see it from the safety of the bridge. You don't have to worry about like being don't go close to the water. I just don't like, I want to get a closer look. Like, crocodiles are notoriously stealthy hunters. They will rip you into that water before you could do anything. You know what I mean?
Look at those people right there. That's nuts. Never in a million years. I'm not gonna be making out next to the river.
Yeah, I don't know that I would get that close down there.
Never in a million years would I go that close.
As you can tell, crocodiles terrify me. But let's talk a little bit more about crocodiles. Now, something you can do, you can book a tour through Jaco, is the Crocodile Man Tour. And I'm so pissed I didn't get to do this, because I did want to do it just to kind of like conquer my fear a bit. But basically this tour, the Crocodile Man, he lives down near Jaco. He takes you out on his boat. You go on that river, and he'll get out of the boat and he'll grab a couple crocodiles and feed them, like right there in your face. And yeah, he's like known these crocodiles his entire life and stuff, so somehow they haven't eaten him yet. But like, yeah, you know, like, that's a cool thing to see. I wanted to see it. Like, he'll put the crocodile tail in the boat. I had friends who went and did it. I think it's about $30 a person. You can go do that. I can't recommend it because I never did it, but everyone who's done it says it's amazing. So I'll find a video on YouTube and I'll link it, and then you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Check the description for that. And finally, I want to talk about the thing that guys know Jaco for. If you already heard of Jaco, you already know what I'm talking about. And how do I want to put this? Ladies, if you need to leave the room, just go ahead. Leave your husbands in the room, because if they talk about Jaco with their boys, then I'm not trying to rat out my boys. But listen, Jaco, guys. There's like no real easy way around this. Jaco's nightlife is a prostitute town. It is what it is. I don't think prostitution is necessarily legalized there, but it is definitely accepted 100%. You know, I often hear women complain about like, oh, guys always catcall me in these countries and they're just so pushy and blah, blah, blah. Listen, I feel you, okay? Because if you are a guy in Jaco, you get harassed all the time. Women are trying to get you to spend your gringo dollars on them. And to me personally, I hate it. I fucking hate it. Like, it pisses me off so much. The fact that I can't even go to the grocery store without like women coming out of the massage parlors and trying to get me inside, like, it's just so annoying, you know. And I've spent a few weeks in Jaco. I have friends who live there, so I spend time with them. And the fact that, you know, everywhere I go, like, every woman is trying to get me to spend money on them is just mad annoying. Now, I understand guys come here for this. It is the way it is. I'm not gonna say whether it's right or not. From what I understand and the people I've talked to, it's not like people are forced into this. It just is what it is. They want to do this, so they want to make the money. It's what you go to Jaco for. Fine, you know, drugs and parties and whatever. Not really my style, okay? I don't want to be with someone who only wanted to be with me for money. It is not what I want. You know what I mean? Like, I enjoy the fact that someone enjoys me because it's me. But if that's what you want to do, hey man, you know, you guys do your thing. You know, the women of the night there, you know, all around they're nice people. But to me, it's not someplace I enjoy like being. I don't like that environment, you know. I don't mess with any sort of like drugs, and I don't party in that capacity, you know. I party with my friends to have a good time, talk and laugh and share stories. Like the whole buying women and doing, you know, that sugar cane. I'm not about that. But, you know, people want to live, they want to do their thing. That's life, you know. I'm not trying to moralize or anything, but I'm just giving you my perspective. Now, if that's something like you just want to live some crazy adventure or whatever fucking thing you want to do, it's here, like, and it's unavoidable. Like, it's everywhere. That's what people come here to do. There's even a place called La Cancha, where it's not only a casino, but it is a giant brothel, and there's like pools inside and shit. And like, that's what, you know, you go in there and then like they swarm you and you basically negotiate. So like I said, it is what it is. That's why it's there. And, you know, my friend owns a, you know, bachelor party group, and I mean, they come down there for a reason. It's not just to, you know, have a nice time slamming beers with my boys on the beach. Nah, yeah. This guy tells me stories. Like, I know why people go down there. So it is what it is. Like I said, you have to be aware of it. Kind of the moral of that rant is like, if that's not what you're into, don't spend a ton of time in Jaco. Honestly, if you're not into like that sort of party lifestyle, I mean, the clubs are great. Like, if you just wanted to go out to the clubs and dance and stuff, you could do that. Like, it's no problem. Like, I'm friends with locals there, and they even took me to clubs outside of Jaco, and they were fun. Like, I had a good time. But I mean, I ran into the same problem, especially being foreign. You know, everyone sees you as like a dollar sign. Well, the women see you as like a dollar sign, and like they just kind of come after you consistently. I find it annoying. I find it disingenuous, and I find it annoying. You know what I mean? But that's just me personally. But if you're coming for that, you know, stay as long as you want. But if you're completely clueless on Jaco and what it's really like, You should know this before coming there, because you might get turned off by the whole thing. So if that's not your thing, come do the things that I mentioned before, like go see stuff like the Crocodile Tour, Miro, you know, go surfing, have fun like that. And if you're a guy, be aware you're gonna get, you know, harassed by women. Like it's so bad to the point, like I went and had dinner, you know, and I was doing some work on my laptop, and I was talking to this waitress. She was so nice, you know. I was like, yo, like this girl's cute too, man. I gotta get her number, right? So, you know, we were chatting, I'm getting ready to leave. I'm like, hey, let me get your number. She's like, sure, but it's gonna cost you. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah. I'm like, get the fuck, give me my tip back, you know, like I was just so hurt. I was like, I thought you liked me. Yeah, man, like it is, as a guy, you know, you kind of get put in the typical girl shoes where you're getting hollered at and, you know, harassed all the time if you're walking by yourself. Now, if you're walking with a woman, like they're not gonna bother you, and that's something I definitely noticed. You know, they don't bother you that way. But yeah, it's just the reality of the situation. I probably rambled about this too long. I'm just putting my information out there for you, and you can decide what you want to do with it. Jaco, I had a good time. I have friends who live there. I love to go see them. Things I don't like about the place, definitely already out there. It doesn't really match my lifestyle, but I do love the nature. I do love the beauty. I do love that Pura Vida lifestyle, nice and relaxed. And there's some nice people there, you know. You can enjoy it. You can see a lot. You can do a lot. If you're only there for the sights, just go for a few days. If you want to party it up, stay for a week. That's my recommendation. In the previous video I did talking about, you know, my 4 places in Costa Rica on the Pacific side, I didn't mention Jaco. Some people pointed that out. That's kind of the reason why I didn't mention it. Do I think you should go? Yes, go check it out. The things there you can do are worth going to do, but just be aware. And that's how I'm gonna end this video, guys. Man, I hope you liked it, because if you did, you should push that button. It ain't gonna hurt. Push that button. Push that button. Push that button. Hey. If you guys have any more recommendations, I will do videos. Please just let me know. And, you know, stay safe. I was thinking about doing a video on traveling during COVID. If you guys want to hear about that, I mean, I've been doing it since COVID started. If you want to hear about that, I'll do it. You just got to comment below, because if you don't comment below, I'm not gonna do it. You know what I mean? If you don't care. If you can't do this, I ain't gonna do all this. I mean, like, I got my computer up, I got my microphone, I got a script right here, you know, notes and shit. So, let me know. Love you. Take care. Peace.
Top of them